In the last 300 years, we've lost 90% of all giraffe habitat. Giraffe have gone extinct in at least 7 African countries.
West African giraffe are rarer than mountain gorillas or even black rhino. Giraffe can only be saved in Africa by African people. So we have to involve the local communities, the rangers, the people who live with giraffe.
We need to act. We need to act now. I mean, just, I think we can talk a little bit more about Africa, but between Australia and Germany is, I grew up, really confident society. I was given everything around me to make me feel safe and make me feel proud to be Australian, as you said. And what I find in Germany is that there's often this anal retentiveness that you're, really, want to make things happen like this and has to be done a certain way, or this is the German way. Whereas in Australia it's like, just whatever, let's just get on with it, let's really relax. Life is too short. But I think that's where we often have lots of communication breakdown, is because either I don't think it's important enough, or I don't respond at a time that you think I should do something. So to you it seems right. But you know what? Who cares? So, and I think that's a really fascinating.
There's no right or wrong. So I think what's important is to realize that both ways are valid ways of going about things.
Could be.
And it's not always good to be relaxed about something. Sometimes it's also, there's a time and a place to get on with things.
Yeah, they say opposites attract, so that might be one of those things. So we'll leave it at that. So yeah, but I think we have share this sort of differences between Australia and Germany. But what we really do share more so is our experience across Africa, and we're quite lucky. We work across 14 countries in Africa at the moment, and travel a lot in different countries. And Africa, is a continent but full of many countries, and so to get through communication is, are we getting the right messages out to the world? That's one thing on a much larger level in the work that we do. But day to day, we're dealing with people who work in a community, who subsistence farmers who don't earn any money whatsoever. Every day they go out into the field and come home. And the next day we might be sitting there with a minister or a foreign diplomat, an ambassador from Germany, let's say. So it's really fascinating in the communication styles and capacity within a culture, but then go across it. So a couple of weeks ago I was in West Africa, in a French-speaking West African country, and I had a number of meetings, and one of them was with the Minister of Environment, and he was sitting there as I walked in, and greetings, and his English was perfect, thankfully, because my French is not so great. But he had a TV on constantly in the background. But then all these other meetings I went to, the mayor of Gutted, one area, and then a director general of another, and the like, and everyone had a massive TV. And it was not rude to them, it wasn't obnoxious.
But in our culture it would be so disrespectful.
Going in TV in our house, if the kids don't turn it off when you ask them to. So it's fascinating that it was not a thought at all, that this is a problem.
Yeah.
And I think what really helps is that wherever we work, we surround ourselves with the right people. That's really important. So you have, say in West Africa, someone who sets up all of these meetings, or they've already created the rapport or relationship, and that helps you come in at a level so that you don't have to start everything from the beginning. And I think that helps a hell of a lot in Africa.
And it's all about relationship building and having the reputation and following through and building trust. I think this is the main thing in any communication, but really long-term relationship building and developing these relationships not only on a professional level, but then at some level more personal communication comes in. I mean, I'm just thinking of our relationships in Uganda, where we have been working for now almost 5 years. When we first started there, it was really difficult to get meetings with the right people, and no one was really interested. Now we have the long-term relationship with the director of research and all these guys who now come and seek us out when we are there. They come to the hotel and just to make sure also they sit down and spend some time with us to foster this relationship. I think it's just like in any relationship, developing trust just it takes time. You discuss what you want to do, you agree on a certain way to go forward, and then you follow through. I think this is really important, that you stick to your promises.
So from a communication side, it's providing feedback,
Yeah.
regular feedback, and having output.
Staying in touch.
Yeah, output-driven approach is really critical, because everyone talks, but actually doing helps a lot.
But also we always involved the local government. We didn't come in and say, we are going to do this and we'll report back. We always said, this is what we are doing. If anyone wants to join us, feel free. We are happy to have someone and even support that person and cover their costs to be with us while we do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, partnerships is critical, and being able to have a relationship where you can communicate freely and you know what each wants out of it. So now what we do, every 6 months we sit down with our government partners in Uganda, and we say, what does the plan say? Have we achieved this? What do we need to do for the next 6 months? What are you doing? What are we doing? And it's always not just a give from one side only, it has to be a mutual benefit. So that's really valuable.
But what's also important is to figure out what's the best way of communication. So for example, one of the main contact people we deal with at the ministry, the easiest way to communicate with him is by Facebook chat. If you send him a Facebook message, he will respond. If you send him an email, it might take weeks, but if you have a question and you need an answer, you send him a Facebook chat, and then you have a conversation, and it always also goes through the whole family thing, because he has met our kids. We always ask about each other's kids, so there's a personal link. It's very important, I think, especially in Africa, you don't keep relationships so formal. You make it very personal.
Africans love kids.
Yeah.